How is Boots a duck?
Welcome to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing. Make sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Seriously, hit it like it owes you money. Want to go the extra mile? Drop a super chat or donate to the Cash App because who doesn't love supporting quality content? Catch me live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 5 p.m. See you there.
Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will be discussing Jaron Boots Ennis versus Teofimo Lopez. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the video. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. If you're new here, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the video. You can give me a call at 281-845-2103 and leave your 2 cents. And be sure to leave a super thanks in the chat. Let me know how good of a job I'm doing. Let me know you appreciate the content. But let's get into this. So recently, Teofimo Lopez and Jaron Boots Ennis were quote unquote allegedly about to schedule a fight. And apparently Tio was all for it, and Boots dropped out the fight. And so there were a lot of people that started calling Boots a duck. And and I find myself constantly coming on here every time it's something to do with Boots, not defending him, so to speak, but just pointing out some things so we can logically make sense of things and logically come to our own opinions. Now, this is 2 cents boxing. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Y'all know how I do. I hear what I walk around, roam around these YouTube streets. I hear what I hear, then I come on here and give my 2 cents about it. So let's do a little history, right? Turkey Sheik came out and said before the TO fight, before that whole fatal flop card he ran, he came out and said, "Oh, we're gonna do a tournament. We're gonna have Boots, we're gonna have Haney, and we're gonna have TO and Ryan Garcia. They're all gonna do a tournament." Now, I'm of the belief, and I'm starting to see it now, that Turkey Sheik really wants to get his hands on Jaron Boots Ennis. Why? I don't know. So Turkey Sheik came out and told you that 3 fighters that's working with him, right? T.O. work with Turkey. Ryan working with Turkey. Devin working with Turkey. Boots working with Eddie Hearn. Now, Eddie Hearn and Turkey do have a connection, which is true. But he's not working directly with Turkey. So Turkey comes out and said, "Hey, I'm running this tournament. We got this, and this. The winner of this, do. These people gonna fight Boots and this and that." Now, taking that into consideration, we are aware that Turkey has a history of coming out and saying things that he wants to happen or that he would like to happen, and presenting them as if those things have already been planned and venues been booked and everything's in place. That's one. Turkey has a history of doing that. His most recent time of doing that is with the Terrence Crawford fight, where he said it was going to be at Allegiant Stadium on this date on Netflix and all of this stuff. Come to find out, none of it was true. None of it was true. So let's take that into account. The fatal flop card happened. T.O. quote unquote looks the best on the card. Even though he didn't look the greatest, he was the quote unquote best on one of the worst cards we've seen. Shit, honestly, that's the worst card I think I've ever seen, if I'm honest. And I'm not saying that because my thoughts or opinions about Turkey. Let me clarify and clear that up, right? It's a lot of guys on here, and I say guys because I'm in a space that's mostly male dominated, and that's usually who I'm talking to. Shout out to all the ladies that is in these YouTube streets with this boxing talk, especially the ones that come to my channel and hop on my panel. Be sure to join us Friday nights. That's ladies night, where we try to have an all ladies panel, and the fellas get to call in, and we open the panel up later in the show. But ladies, be sure to join me Friday night. Click the link, come up there and give your 2 cents. But I digress. Um, Damn, what was I saying? So anyway, So that's Turkey's most recent time of doing that was with the Terrence Crawford incident. Oh, T.O. So T.O. quote unquote looked the best on the card. So now they're saying T.O. and Boots are gonna fight next. Boots has already came out and said to y'all, if I don't say it out of my mouth, don't believe it. He came out and said that last time with the whole Virgil Ortiz debacle. And I'm gonna circle back around to the Virgil Ortiz thing. Stay with me. Stay with me. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can be clear and you can have a shot and hear my 2 cents. So I'm gonna bring it all together. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. So boom, you got the Virgil Ortiz thing come out. You got everybody on the internet posting Boosa Doug this and that and all of this going on when Virgil Ortiz is not even in his weight class. And then boom, you find out he had a whole nother fight plan. So I'm looking at this situation right here, right? T.O. just got done fighting. And now all of a sudden it's Boots. And I think what people don't realize is T.O. put them in a trick bag. But I'm about to make another video about that. He been running around talking all this racist stuff, trying to get a big fight with a black fighter. And then they start throwing Boots' name in there, Boots' name in there, Boots' name in there. And I'm wondering, how is Boots a duck? Somebody explain to me. Let me know and drop it below how Jaron Boots Ennis is a duck for not fighting Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is a 140-pound fighter who honestly hasn't looked that great since the Loma fight. You can throw the Josh Taylor fight in there, but I got my reservations about that. He did look good in that fight, but the level of opponent, the level of competition, Josh Taylor been at the weight class too long. We got a whole list of things, but cool. You look decent in the Josh Taylor fight. But in a competitive fight, he hasn't looked good since the Lomachenko fight. He hasn't looked the greatest at 140. His power hasn't been the same at 140. He's too small for Jaron Boots Ennis. He's not fast enough. He's not athletic enough. He doesn't hit hard enough. Now, with all of that being said, that's just my 2 cents. I'm not saying don't make the fight. If they want to make the fight, if Boots want to fight him, cool, fight him. I'm not saying don't make the fight. But Boots does not want to fight him. And why might not Boots want to fight him? I just gave you how I think T.O. and his attributes are. Boots probably feels like, listen, and he keeps telling y'all, my goals are to be undisputed at 147 pounds. If I can't do that, I'm moving up. People say, oh, Boots should fight T.O. That's the biggest name on his resume. You want him to have the biggest, smallest name on his resume? Is T.O.B. the biggest name on his resume? When he fought Stanionis, what did people say? Oh, Stanionis gonna be the biggest name on his resume. Stanionis, he finally gonna be solidified. He finally gonna do this. He beat the brakes off of Stanionis. You ain't even heard from Stanionis. And now what people saying? They moving the goalposts. Oh, he need to fight T.O. T.O. will be the biggest name on his resume. It'll be a good fight. And let's be honest, y'all. Y'all know if Jaron Boots Ennis beats T.O., nobody's going to say, oh, he solidified. He the truth. He beat T.O. Who's going to say that? I don't think that. I like Boots. I'm a fan of Boots. But him beating T.O. is not going to solidify anything, especially not for me. It's not going to solidify anything for me. T.O. is a good fighter. His mind is not right. He's inconsistent. He's not going to solidify Boots at the 147-pound division with him jumping up to 47. No acclimation to the weight. None of that. It all applies. I feel the same way across the board about anybody moving up. I don't care who it is. Now, let's say T.O. beats Abril Matias. He was dominant in the fight. Let's say T.O. beat Frank Martin. He was dominant in the fight. Let's say T.O. beat who else at 140 pounds? Let's say he beat another top 140 pounder and just was dominating them in the fight. Even though I still feel the same way, Boots get it, Tio get the career beat out of him by Boots. I would be a little bit more inclined to be like, all right, cool, he been dominating at the 40. Let's let him move up and see what he could do. That would be my sentiment. But he hasn't been doing that in 140 pounds. And there seems to be such a concerted effort to paint Boots to be something that he is not. The man came out and told y'all what his goals are. Stop holding these fighters to things that they're telling y'all they don't want to do and then trying to criticize them about it. How are people upset that he did not go? And first of all, you cannot duck somebody that's not in your weight division. So let's clear that out. But how can you be upset that he didn't move up to 54 pounds and fight Virgil Ortiz? But the same people are upset that he won't waste a weight cut trying to fight 140-pound Teofimo Lopez. Y'all saying he a weight bully and he need to move up. But then you want to be on his tail about fighting a smaller fighter. No. It just doesn't make any sense. If Boots want to fight Tio, cool. I'll feel the same way I did about the Earl Spence Mikey Garcia fight. Why do people? He too little. I don't care how good of a boxer Mikey Garcia is. He was not about to go up there and do nothing to Earl Spence. And I said that. I didn't have my channel back then. I wish I would have. I really wish I would have started my channel way earlier. But listen, that's neither here nor there. So Tio is gonna go get Mikey Garcia times 10. He's gonna get the career beat out of him if he go up there fooling with Jaron Ennis. You ain't heard nothing from Stanionis. Do y'all think Teofimo Lopez would have beat Stanionis? Like, stop playing. Like, y'all just got Tio, got y'all in a trick bag, and because he been going around, quote unquote, being racist and calling people nigga, y'all just want to see anybody get in the ring and beat him. No, that's not Boots' responsibility. He got to fight with Devin. Why y'all not on Devin? Like, Devin, get him. Y'all should be on Devin head to take care of Tio, not Boots. The man say he want to be undefeated. That's his goal. Boots want to fight for belts. Everybody want to criticize him and say he need to get names on his resume. Tank fighting for money, fighting the big names, getting the names on the resume. Everybody say he need to fight for belts. I don't understand what is up with this. Let's go against what the fighters say they gonna do and criticize them depending on how we feel about a fighter. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. But let me know what you think about the T.O. Boots situation. And then, hold on, before I close this out. And then, after all of this whole debacle, T.O. didn't talk noise to Turkey Al-Sheikh, and so he quote-unquote got fired by Turkey Al-Sheikh. So I'm like, we going through all this, and T.O. and Turkey allegedly don't even got a relationship no more. So who is even going to make the fight? But let me know what you think by dropping your 2 cents below in the comments or giving me a phone call at 281-845-2103 about Boots ducking T.O. Is it a Boots? Is it a Boots? Is it a duck? Or is people just looking for a reason to try to criticize Boots and stay on his head? Y'all don't even know if the man already got a fight lined up. That's probably why he's not even saying nothing. And Eddie Hearn, man, I'm trying to close out this video. But I'm going to say this real quick. I don't know what Eddie Hearn, I'm going to say this. Eddie Hearn always be saying some questionable stuff. Sometimes he doesn't help his fighters. He only makes things worse by speaking. I watched the way he was glazing Shakur Stevenson at that Zepeda press conference, even though he was still throwing underhanded compliments to Shakur Stevenson. I'm not even sure if y'all picked that up, but Eddie Hearn is another video. Let me know what you think about Boots ducking T.O. by dropping your 2 cents below in the comments. Follow me on IG at 2 cents boxing and follow me on X at 2 cents 20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video. And take a look at this next video that's popping up on your screen. I'm sure you will enjoy it.